Right, I have notes this time because I just watched my old reflection video and turns out I didn't really say anything kind of like this. But anyway, right, first of all I'm going to talk about how in the lectures we've actually started discussing actual social, like the psychology behind social media and how what we share is because it's like an instinct we have in a way. A newly developed instinct, I must say, because obviously social media's not been around for that long. But anyway, we've been going over that in the lectures and I found it quite interesting. It's sort of a bit of a throwback to what I studied at A-level, and also I found that quite interesting because I just like knowing things that aren't really that useful, but at the same time it's nice knowing why people posted that selfie or liked that viral video of a hamster spinning round on a wheel, or a cat falling in a bin, or anything like that. Anything that you wouldn't consider interesting maybe 10 years ago, if that doesn't seem like that long ago, but makes a big difference when it comes to social media. So I'll move on to the next thing, like sort of going on from the psychology behind social media, like why we share what we feel like we need to, why we post pictures. I think personally, and I'm guilty of this, like I'll be like, oh, I look quite nice in that picture, I'll post that and see if other people agree, because for some reason I care what people think, and I shouldn't, but I do, and I think a lot of people do. Even people that say that they don't care what people think, deep down they really do, or they wouldn't post the picture. Why would they post something that they know no one else is going to give a crap about? Because it's like social reassurance, like, oh, they appreciate this, or like even if it's something a bit obscure and like you get the opposite reaction, people sometimes like to, you know, have that as well. So another thing, keep with the notes so I don't talk too much. Oh right, I'll move on. One thing I found very, very interesting, like between like after Christmas and now, was in the labs, and I think it was vaguely discussed in the lectures, was the personality tests that we did. And I got really, really, really into that, so much so that I even did a blog post on it because of how much I found it interesting. Like, not like, it is a science, but because it's just like a multiple choice question or yes or no question, you know, it's not, you know, proven really. It's just kind of, you could lie, you could make the answer how you want it to be, and I had that experience. Like my first attempt at the test, I answered it how I wanted to be, not how I was, and when I took it again I got a very, very, very different result, and my actual result was an INTJ, which stands for introverted, intuitive, thinking and judging, and it turns out that that is a very rare personality type for a female to have, especially. I think only 0.8% of the population, either in the UK or the US, I forget which source I found it on and which country it was, but 0.8% of the population, female population, have that personality. And funny enough, I think it's kind of a good thing that it's rare, because it turns out when I looked into it more, I share that personality with multiple murderers. However, many physicists, other psychologists, weirdly, like it's quite a different sort of thing to have, but turns out I share it with quite a lot of smart people and murderers, but that's fine, whatever, we'll ignore that. So that was another thing I found really interesting about what I've done from Christmas and now. And obviously the main thing we've all been focusing on are our social projects. And I was in a group and we were from scratch, at least I think, yes, from scratch, we were researching, creating our characters, researching into the game and how to play it and how to not to play it, Dungeons and Dragons, and that was a roller coaster, I must say. I like knowing things, but there is so much that goes into this game. I don't know who to give credit to, because I know a lot of people have worked very, very, very hard to get where it is now, and it's the reason that so many video games are around today, like role-playing video games and just board games in general. That's where it began, with Dungeons and Dragons. So basically, when we first started, we were like, oh, we've got plenty of time, once a week we'll meet up, you know, discuss what we're going to do, how we're going to approach it, character design, filling in our character sheets, just going over the rules, and yeah, it turns out it took a lot longer than we anticipated, because I believe one person in our group, who was Alex, the Dungeon Master, he was the only one that had basically any solid experience playing this, and I think me and one other person played it like the odd time, but we'd never played it like this. Like, I played it where I like rolled my character and it was all by chance, but because we wanted the game to be sort of fair and not too difficult, we all decided that we'll start with the like base, what do you call it, statistics, and then depending on what character we choose we'll add on, so it's not like you'll have like a ridiculously high intelligence but a really low strength. Like, yes, smartness gets you far, but not in Dungeons and Dragons. You sort of want to make it as even as you can, especially when you're playing it for the first few times. So that's what we went for. And like in the end, like we played it once, I believe. Yes, we did. We played it once, and I know we wanted to play it twice at least, like when we originally first started planning it, but deadlines and timings and Easter has come upon us very, 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 very quickly. More quicker than we obviously anticipated, so unfortunately we only got to play it once. So if I was to continue, well, I will be playing it again in the future because I really enjoyed it and I like to play it better, because when I actually did play it I was really tired and I just wasn't in the right frame of mind to play it and all this stuff, because stress does this to you, and unfortunately it didn't go how I wanted it, and we still played it, it still went well, but I didn't play my character too well, and I wanted to, and that was my main thing. I was like, I will play my character well, and I didn't, and I'm really good about it, but next time, I have my character now, so I can use them sort of in the same game. So hopefully, like, I've made friends from this and it's really, really cool, and we'll be able to play again in the future when we've got less stress, less worries, less deadlines, more time to chill out and play some Dungeons and Dragons over a few drinks or whatever. That was another thing, I didn't drink, and I was planning to make me feel a bit more at ease with the whole situation. But I had a 9 AM, so I didn't, but then I didn't go anyway because I woke up ill. Yay! Oh, it's fun being a student, but yes. Anyway, that's my overall experience from Christmas until now, and I forget the date, I always forget the date, but it's March. I know that, I know the month, I forget the exact date, but yes. Anyway, I've had a great time on this module, I've learnt so much, I've changed as a person. I'm still hating doing this right now in front of the camera. I can't even look into the lens, I keep looking into viewfinder. But oh my god. Well, I didn't do this before Christmas, I used my webcam, which was equally, well, it was bad, but at least with this I have the comfort of quality and hopefully audio. I hope the audio's okay. But anyway, at least the picture's nice. I don't look great, but the picture's good. And I hope you didn't hear the horns out there because I did. But anyway, I've really enjoyed this. It's changed me. I feel better about trying new things, I guess. This is new. Dungeons and Dragons was fairly new. Finding out my personality was new. I feel like that's helped me out. A bit more reassurance as to why I'm so nosy. Not that it's an excuse to be, but I feel like there's a reason, and other people are like that too. But yes, I'm going to keep rambling for, oh my god, I've been talking for 9 minutes. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing Dungeons and Dragons in the future. I'm going to continue my own personal blog, probably not readable by like many people because it'll be more personal to me and not about a nerd night with my pals playing Dungeons and Dragons or about what personality type I have. But yes, I hope this is better than my last one. I know it's substantially longer than my last one, like reflective vlog thing, but yes, bye.